Hey, what is up techies? Vicky from the Elementon back with another video, and today we've got a new fish in town. The OnePlus 6. So OnePlus is renowned for making quality phones with maxed out specs but at the same time maintaining a lower price point. So this new flagship is not an exception. I mean, look at these price points. So they have been linearly increasing for the specs they pack in. With that being said, let's quickly unbox this fish and see if it is any good. Alright, the variant I have here is the Midnight Black. You also get a glossy black version. If you feel you'll drop in some scratches, you can always pick a case like this one. Let's talk about the design now that has undergone a lot of change. Up in the front is a 6.38-inch optic AMOLED display in the same form factor. On top we have the notch, 2018 style, nothing else, just the screen. And then I don't know why they still have this tiny chin at the bottom, but that's there. On the left side are those volume rockers, and a major design change is the alert slider, which is now on the right side along with the power button. As usual, nothing on top, and at the bottom, Type-C connector, speaker grills, and yeah, the headphone jack. The cameras at the back got a shift in its position to the center, which is vertically aligned with a small fingerprint sensor. That's it with the design. Let's move on to the specs. Snapdragon 845, best in line now, 8GB of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, no expandable card though, 16 megapixels at front, 16 plus 20 megapixels at back, 3300 mAh battery, which is same as that of the previous version flagship. With the software you get Android O out of the box, but with software updates you can shift on to Android P. Even though it has Oxygen OS, it's almost stock, maybe because of Android O. As far as performance goes, I don't have to tell you about maxed out specs, so you're not gonna have any problem with the performance. I tell you that because I own the OnePlus 3T. It's been 2 years and still it runs like a champ. Multitasking is buttery smooth, no hangs and freezes. Apps open and close with just a snap. Fingerprint recognition is very fast, and so is the face unlock. It's not just the recognition that's fast, but also the setup. You can just swirl your face and the camera captures all the details for you. Now let's talk about the internally improved cameras. Two shooters, a 16 primary and a 20 secondary camera. It's not telephoto, not monochrome, not ultra pixel, but a standard lens for aiding the portrait mode. The company planned to improve the low lighting, but instead of upsizing the aperture, which is now 1.7, the same as that of the 5T, they actually increased the size of the sensor that helps to capture more light inside. So essentially you won't get noise at low light. You can take a look at these samples. Another selling point is that slow-mo video featuring up to 480 FPS. One downside I see in my OnePlus 3T is when you switch to slow motion, you get a lot of noise, especially indoors. The same happens with this phone too. I'm not gonna lie, but during indoors you do get a lot of noise when you're shooting at slow motion, especially at 720 pixels, 480 fps. The last and the most confusing part is the battery. It's the same 3300 mAh from the 3T to the 5 to the 5T. They still hold dash charging, the fastest you would ever see in a smartphone, but it doesn't have wireless charging. The backside is made up of glass, which technically means could support wireless charging, but it doesn't, and when asked, the CEO says, "Let me tell you what I think. This phone already has all 2018 features a smartphone could ever have till date. And in another 6 months, you're gonna get an upgraded 6T. There has to be some new features that can trigger that hype. So I guess wireless charging would be a 6T specific feature. That is what I guess. I might be wrong." So that's pretty much it, my review of the OnePlus 6. So why should you buy this phone? 1. Value for money. 2. Maxed out specs. 3. Dual cameras for those stunning low light and portrait modes. And 4. Dash charging, so like 0 to 100% of charge in about 30 minutes. So why should you not buy this phone? 1. No proper IP68 water resistance. 2. No wireless charging. And 3. There could be a better OnePlus 6T in future. There could be. That's basically it. What do you think? Is this the right choice to go now? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you soon.